Now, this might be one of the most important videos for long-term change because many programs focus only on what to eat. They give you the rules, you follow the rules. But here's we are going to talk about why night eating or boredom eating shows up and how to respond to it with awareness rather than just guilt or feelings of failure. So, first off, I want to just remind you that there are very big differences between hunger and habitual eating, or this head hunger versus physical hunger versus our emotional or head hunger. So, true physiological hunger really builds gradually, whereas that habitual or emotional eating often feels really sudden and it's really tied to our context. So it happens gradually with physical hunger. We feel it often in our stomach. There's a feeling of emptiness. We are could really be satisfied by almost anything, a variety of foods, and we feel full and satisfied by the end. Now, with head hunger, that can come on very suddenly. Maybe you feel it in your head or your chest, or maybe it's a stress or anxiety or boredom. It can have very specific cravings like that sweet or salty or crunchy, and it's often followed by guilt or just mental chatter. So really sometimes it's not about the food that you're craving, it's about that stimulation, the reward, or the rest. So you can take a look at your go-to meal guide and get a better sense of what this means on the hunger and fullness scale that we will use more in depth later. But, to just give you a quick introduction, 10 is overly full. We are Thanksgiving stuffed. 0 is crazy hungry. We are starving, maybe dizzy, maybe weak. And that 5 is kind of that neutral. So we want to eat around that 2 to 3 range where we are comfortably hungry, but we still can make quality decisions. And we want to stop around that 7 or 8, but it usually takes some pausing and letting our body catch up and recognize that we are full. So next we're going to talk about, we want to break that cycle. What are other things that your body or mind might be looking for? We've got some other pleasant activities or rewards that can include social connection. Maybe we need to call a friend or talk to, a family member. Maybe we need some music or movement and get our minds out of this cycle. Maybe a mental cutoff from work. Maybe you need to take a shower or do something that signifies the end of work and the end of that work stress. Or maybe more just mental engagement if you're feeling bored or something like that. So games or puzzles, nature or outdoor connection, or just relaxation or quiet time, or just something creative. So there are a lot of things that we can do here. So number one, we want to pause. We want to notice and give yourself a moment before you react to some of these. Notice, and you can ask yourself, is this hunger? Is this stress? Am I really tired? Is this boredom? Is this, just anything that can be happening here? And then we want to nourish what the body's actually looking for. If it's real hunger, let's choose that balanced snack. If it's not, choosing something else that meets the underlying need can be helpful. So if it's nature, that might be going on a walk, even if it's dark. It might be, planning a weekend trip to go fishing to reset your body. Maybe you really like music or dancing, or you have an instrument that you play. Maybe you clean out a drawer or organize a small space when you're just looking for a mental refresh. Maybe you want something social and you plan an evening with friends or going to a concert or, watching a funny movie with someone. Maybe it's relaxation. So you're trying to journal and write through something or look through photo albums or just go through some, guided meditations or, just reading a book or creative expression. So you might want to paint or draw or do a pottery class or just try something that you're not good at all that you just are curious to try, because the point is the activity itself and not whether you're good or bad. So the environment matters. So if you are removing easy triggers, keeping tempting foods less visible so then you can reach them if you truly want them, but they're not an automatic grab. And keep the prepared protein and fiber readily visible. In the middle of your fridge, you have chopped up veggies and things available. You have a fruit bowl out, and so it's the first thing you see. I'm not saying get rid of the things that you really enjoy, but make sure that you're giving that quality, nutritious food the spotlight. Now, before grabbing a snack in the evening, take 60 seconds. Breathe. Ask what you're really feeling. Decide consciously. Sometimes the need is actually rest or hydration or movement or connection. It's not food. So any amount of food you eat does not fix it. So late night eating is not some sort of failure. It's just information that you can learn from. So let's pause and let's learn from it.